Hi there, Gerald here again. Time for another update. I know it's been a while, but I'll show you some stuff I've been up to. And yes, I have been up to stuff. I know it's been really slow, but still working on this. I'm not going to give up on it. So I've added quite a few things. The first thing is I added that nice little board that you just saw slide out there. I'll show you that again. So that's just a little board. It shows you the goals that you need to achieve at the beginning of the level. That can be changed up a little bit. So I'll start again. Once it slides out, it shows you what it needs, and all the goals slide up to the top there. And you try to achieve your goals. I added the EGP, these extra game pieces here. So this little trophy as an example. You can set up certain EGP extra game objects to be what I call like a drop-off object. And what that does is once it reaches the bottom of the screen, it'll drop off like you just saw. And it will only drop off if it's actually at the bottom of the screen. Meaning, let's see if I can show you here. Oh, this is a bad example. This is a good one here. So you got all these trophies up here, and you want to drop them off to the bottom of the screen. So, for example, this orange one here. Oh, that's a bad one. Just give me a second here. Try to create a scenario here. Okay, so you see this one right here. It won't drop off, even though it appears to be at the bottom of the screen, but it's not. Technically, it has to be down here in order to drop off. So yeah, there's that. I worked on that. I worked on rotators and the conveyor belts. These are the rotators right here. This one and this one here. And you can see they rotate objects around the board. And the cool thing with these is you can set them up however you want. And I will show you. I'll go into a new level here. We'll say level 4. So I want to add a couple rotators. You got 3 different types. One that turns clockwise, counterclockwise, and this bottom one here, it will turn either clockwise or counterclockwise. It'll just be random. So we'll put this one in here, and we'll put a clockwise, and we'll put a one that goes the opposite way. So as you can see, if I click on it here, there's a few options that show up. And this first one here, where there's numbers, you can see I'm changing the numbers. What that is that'll determine how many turns, how many moves you can make before the rotator will actually turn. So I'm going to leave it at 2, show you what I'm talking about. And then you got 90, 180, and 270. So what that is it'll turn 90 degrees, it'll turn 180 degrees, or it'll turn 270 degrees. So I'm going to put it at 180. And I'm going to switch this one. We'll leave the moves at 1. And we'll leave this at 90. And we'll put this one at, let's put it at 3 moves. And we'll put it at, what am I doing here? 270. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to load up my game again. I believe that was level 4. So you can see here we got the 3 we got the 3 rotators. So this is the random one, either clockwise or counterclockwise. This is the counterclockwise, and this is the clockwise one. So as we play the game, you'll see them spin. And if you remember, we had this brown one set up for 2 turns. So for every 2 moves you make, it'll turn. This one's for every move that you make, it'll turn. and this one's for every third move. So let's see here. This one should turn after every move, like so. And this one should turn after every second move, so that was the second move. And this one turns after every third move. Okay, and we had this one set to 90 degrees. This one was set to 180, and this one was set to 270, so you can see how much they turn. So yeah, you can do a lot of cool stuff with them. Worked on the conveyor belts. Let's do a conveyor. So we'll remove all those rotators. We'll do a conveyor here, just a simple one. And we'll go just around here. Close the loop. And you can reverse it if you want. And you can remove it. Let's save that. I'll load up our game again. Still level 4. And you can see the conveyor belt here. I mean, it wouldn't look like this in a real game. This is just, again, placeholder graphics, so you can see what's going on. As you can see, after every move, the rotator is activated. And it just moves the items around the board. So what if you have both rotators and conveyors? Well, we'll add a conveyor belt in here. Add another one in here. And let's see what happens. That's just my dogs. Ignore them. Level 4. And you can see the conveyors and the rotators here. So after every move, the rotators will move first, and then the conveyors will move. Anyway, you're going to be able to do some really interesting things with this. So what else have I done? Well, let's load up the game here again. Let's go back. Let's go into level 1. So you see the goal board slid out there, told you how many goals you had to achieve. Try one more time. So you need 5 of those, 10 of those, and you got 5 moves. So you have to do that in 5 moves. And you don't have to use moves. I mean, you can use other things too, but I'll show you that later. So what happens if we don't do this within 5 moves? Let's find out. We got one more move to make. Well, we didn't achieve our goals here, so another board slide out. And obviously you can change all this. All this is, you can change it to however you want, to look however you want. And, so you're out of moves, so restart or end level. So let's restart, and it starts back up again. Let's try a different one. Level 2. So we got 25 moves, and we need 6 of these and 18 of those. What happens if we can actually achieve that? Let's find out. If I can do it. There's no sound effects either. I'll put that stuff in later. I have 15 moves left here. Can I do it? Sure I can. Oh, I win. So you get another board that says you win. Okay, then you'd go on to the next level. What else have I done? Well, I know I've done more, but I can't think of it right now. So still working on it. I'm stuck at one spot right now, and I'm not really stuck. I'm just trying to determine how to do a certain thing. With this editor, I want to be able to release it as an executable, so an exe file. That way it'll make updates easier, instead of, because once you start working on this yourself and you start adding your graphics and stuff like that, every time I would have to do an update, then you would have to change all these again. So I want to do it so where you can just load the images from a file. But that's been a bit of a challenge for various reasons, mostly because of the way I have the editor coded. Anyway, long story, but just to solve my issues, I'm going to have to do a couple different things, and it's going to take a little bit, but it'll make it easier in the end, because with the editor, all you got to do is just update the editor instead of having to change everything else. So that's what I'm working on right now. Lots more to come, and I think you're going to enjoy it. I am going to need somebody real soon to help me test out this editor and the game engine to where it's at. I mean, you won't be able to really build a game with it yet. I guess you could, but I wouldn't until I had a little more done. Anyway, more on that soon. Cheers.